Hey everyone, Christina Del Rey with your forecast for the week of December 28th, 2020. We have finally made it to the last week of December, of last week of the year. It is here and it is not going out without a bang, without some intensity, because that is how 2020 has been all year long. So we have Tuesday, we have a full moon in Cancer. It is an emotional one. So it is really going to be about bringing the past to a close. It's going to be about letting go of what no longer works in your life and getting excited for your future as well. But this will not go without, emotions and an intensity. This is a week of endings. I do think there will be significant endings, but with endings, there's always new beginnings, and we really just need to get excited about our future once we go through what we need to close out for 2020. And I wanted to say too, like Wednesday and Thursday, we have Venus squaring Neptune, and to me this says, deception in relationships. So I would just be careful, watch out for that. Also too, with Neptune, you can have a little too much fun partying and things like that. So, just be aware. But Venus does meet up with the South Node, and, to me, this says you have to let go of some kind of deception or something that's not right in your life. And it might be a disappointment, but, it needs to be shed. But let's see where all of this falls in your horoscope for the week. Libra, so this full moon is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your career or your social standing and reputation or how we know you in the world. And it is making a hard aspect, so a square to Chiron. So this is sort of like bringing up a wound for you in a relationship. And it's asking you to take an action on it. But this action will ultimately set you free. Could be an opportunity that has to do with, intimacy. It could have to do with joint finances. Once you confront this wound, that opportunity does seem to appear. If that opportunity does appear, you need to take advantage of it. It's like an ending and on a wound, or an ending or a culmination, like a reward, but it also is very freeing. This full moon too is really emotional, but it is about a culmination or an ending, and we need to close out the past. We need to close out this 2020 year and everything that went with it. And we need to learn from it so that we can begin our future. So we can get excited about our future. We can resolve things so we can move on in our lives. So we have to really let go of what is no longer working. And that is a very big lesson this week as we go through, this week into New Year's. This week on Wednesday, we also have Venus squaring Neptune, and then Venus meets up with the South Node. So you just want to be careful of any kind of deception that might be going on in the workplace or with siblings, cousins, neighbors. Don't believe everything you hear type of energy. And this is like a karmic point too, I believe, that where we have to sort of let go of the ideal. So this could be something in your work, your day-to-day work, health, area, but this could also be something that has to do with, your siblings, cousins, neighbors. You're letting maybe something go, maybe a certain thought process you have about an ideal when it comes to your siblings, or when it comes to your neighbors, or when it comes to, a relationship with your cousins and neighbors. But there's something here, it just feels like that's not the right way for you. That's not serving you anymore. It's almost like letting go of the mirage. And this could include, relationships with these types of people, siblings, cousins, neighbors, there's something here that must end, and you need to develop like a new philosophy around that. So I just want to caution you to be careful around, if you're taking part in any New Year's celebrations, if you are, partaking in any consuming of substances, you just want to be mindful that, you can overdo it with this energy as well. But I think that, you'll be very happy that this year is ending. And I also think that the new beginning for you is going to be significant because, Jupiter and Saturn did, they're still in their early degrees, but they're in the 5th house for you. And that is a new relationship, or that is a new cycle with a creative project, or that's a new cycle with your children, or maybe a little of each of those. So, we need to fully let go. And, don't forget, full moon in Cancer always ties back to emotional security and family. So, there's definitely a culmination point there. But know that these new beginnings are waiting for you. And if you have not seen my yearly forecast, then I will link it below. And I think it'll be a great week. It'll be emotional, but it'll be freeing as well.